Go on. Good morning, people.
Good morning, people.
Swaddy cup.
Yesterday, that's by this frog, which is a ragged cat.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Daddy.
That's Hannah saying hello to everybody. Nobody in the chat yet. It's a little bit early anyway, and I'm actually on time this week. Excellent. So here we go. This is this week's show. What we got on it this week? Let's have a quick butchers or a look. So let's go. So this is what we've got on this week. This is what we've got. We've got pictures of the week, climate, markets, BTC, precious metals, news as normal nomad life. Greeny's back, from his travels to America and Jerusalem. I highly recommend you go onto his Facebook and have a look at his pictures of Jerusalem, which are absolutely, totally awesome, and his pictures of America. Jim and Meow are the same. They've been in France. Unbelievable pictures from France, from Paris and from Avignon. Not too sure about Marseille and Nice, but the other parts of France where they first went was absolutely beautiful. Then Andrea, our lovely Swiss friend, is on his way back from Switzerland very, very soon. So I'll be eating at the Hilton, eating all that Italian salami again. Good morning, Chris. How you doing? All right there, my friend? So all in all, it's all good news. You coming back soon, Chris? Is Chris coming back soon? Because I missed you last time, Chris, because I was up in Serin. So hopefully I don't miss you this time when you're down here or thereabouts. So let's get on with the show. So, of course, went into Peaky Blinders. Unbelievable, as always. Peaky Blinder Friday. A couple of guys had this, which was incredible. This is the salmon with cos lettuce, Caesar salads on the side, and roasted salmon with an avocado and mango salsa and a cheese crisp. And then, of course, Sundays I'm always at Valley View Restaurant there. So I was there one day where I had a breakfast, went there another day, and this is their roast beef. And I took Hannah, and Anna has her peas and gravies. Good morning, Joe. How are you? Was in Rayon. So went down to my salad Wednesday. On a Wednesday, I always go to Rayon, and I go to Sizzlers in Rayon, and we call it. I don't film it or anything, or even really take pictures of it. I don't know if you in the past, but I don't now. But we have to go through this really nice shopping mall you got there. On the right hand side here is a Toyota Land Cruiser. I thought, God, that looks nice. I wouldn't mind having that instead of having a Fortuna, if I'm going to buy a Fortuna. So I said to the guy, "Oh, how much is this?" And he went, "Oh, it's 10 million baht." And I went, "You're having a laugh at 10 million. This yellow one here, it's like Mustang, that's going for, that's quite reasonable. It's only like 5. And then they had this old Yamaha bike. Well, it's not an old bike, it's a new one, but it looks like an old retro one. Really nice. Anyway, had a car show there. That was really good. Then after that, went to Freshella in the week. And so what you got here is an egg fried rice. And I don't know what John had, but I had egg fried rice. And John had the sweet and sour. And I had the chicken and cashew nuts. Very, very, very nice as well. And then, we went to Haru. So that's Mickey from the massage shop. She owns that. And she popped along. And we had she had quite a lot of salmon, and the salmon was absolutely amazing there. And these more or less the same. Went there the week before as well. So, but Daz was there this week. Instead of me there being myself, Daz was there, Gary was there, John was there, AJ was there. That's John, and the food is amazing. I highly recommended. And this is Haru on the left, and this is AJ and Mickey, and this is dear old Anna popped in there to thing. Right, if you need to contact me at all, This is my line contact details. All you got to do is download line, scan the code. There you go. You can talk to me. Nice and simple. If you want health insurance, this is the health insurance company I use. You don't have to quote my name because I get no kickbacks on it. You know what I'm like about taking money off people. I don't like doing it. So this one here is an affordable healthcare, and basically, as long as you don't claim, the policy stays the same. So I'll pay $132 a month for this, and that'll be the same to $199 if I live that long, and as long as I don't claim. And if you claim, it goes up by a maximum of 3%. All the expert links, etc., are all in the description. So you know, your visas, driving licenses, etc., are all there. Please don't get scammed. I've had to report another company this week tried scamming me again, but I love it because I'm actually fishing for these people. So as soon as I get them, then I report them, because the more we can get closed down, the better. These people are total scumbags. These are not Thai nationals. These are not even Chinese nationals or Russian nationals. These are normally British or American or Australian nationals trying to scam you out of your pension. And last week, one of the reports last week, I think one guy lost a $2 million pension pot. So not very good idea. Not a good idea to hang around these guys at all. They're not. I don't hang around people like that anyway. So that was it on that. And climate. Well, the climate's been unbelievable. It's been absolutely, totally amazing, because guess what? The rainy season's here, which is marvellous because everything cools down. So this morning it's like 30 degrees and 72% humidity. Well, 32 degrees for us, because we're used to the weather, is really cool. So it's a lovely time of year. So let's get on with the presentation for the weather and the greenies. As you know, I'm pretty well I'm very anti net zero because I don't believe the world can afford it. So this is another foul prediction. Greta Thunberg, as I call her, top climate scientist, is warning that the climate change will wipe us all out. All the humans will be wiped out in less than 5 years if we don't stop now. She posted that on the 21st of June, 2018. Greta, I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm looking good, baby. We're still here. So, you know, you and your poxy green scientists are all liars. We need to do it, but we need to do it where the world can afford to do it. This was the solstice last week, and this is the sunset from the front of as you come out my front door, this is what I look over. So I look over all like cassava trees and cassava plants and eucalyptus trees, and this is like the Rayon Mountains going towards Pattaya. And over on the right-hand side, you've got this little jagged little mountain, looks like a broken tooth. That's actually Buddha Mountain. So I can see Buddha Mountain from my apartment, which is nice. And this is the sunset, which was very, very pleasant. Right, this is a bit of a confusing map. I'm sorry about that. But Thailand's right in the middle here. And this is the Arabian Sea, part of the Indian Ocean, over here on the left. And Sri Lanka and the Maldives, you can see the monsoon building up, and that will sweep across eventually, and eventually we have more and more rain, you know. It's quite a nice look. And, well, Thailand's looking very, very good at the moment. We haven't got a lot of rain. We've got little bits. These little dots just shows the weather stations, and the blue shows where the rain is. So according to this map, got no rain in Thailand as we speak. And this is the fire map. The fires are starting to go out now, thank God, all around. So everybody can breathe the air. The air quality is so much better now than what it was. This is the air quality across. So we're here on the right-hand side, and we're in the green now, like the Philippines. But because we live in the poor zone, so when I say the poor zone, if you look at like the equator going up to the top of the Tropic of Cancer, you can see everywhere there's poor air quality, it's where the poverty is, and that's what happens, because I'll just show you. Like, look at Australia. Look how green's Australia and New Zealand. My God, as green as you like. North America. Well, North America, it's only got it bad in America because of the fires from Canada and the shit that comes up from industrialized Mexico. But if you're living on the west coast of America, you're looking pretty good. Seattle, Portland, and Europe, because the summer's here, you always get the summer pollution build up in Europe this time of year. You get a lot of sand comes off of the Sahara, and that's what this is at the moment. But other than that, we are looking very, very, very good. So I'm so pleased the rainy season here. I just can't wait for Christmas now, because we're 6 months away from Christmas. And next is going to be the markets and news. Let's have a look at that. As you know, not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. It's just having a look, Yeah, France has told their population to turn their lights off and heaters this winter. The cost of power. Oh, yeah, it's crazy, Andy. It's crazy. But the thing is, Andy, these politicians don't realise how cold it gets in bloody France. Everyone thinks of France like at the moment where it's lovely, but it's really cold. Hey, how's this week been? I've been good this week. I got banned from Facebook for 48 hours because I complained about the people who complain about oil. So they said it was hate speech, and they took me down for 24 hours. Facebook eventually will ban me, but I don't care. Jay East asked last week, he was talking about, he goes, I heard last week that a lot of people invest in gold over there because they prefer it to being in cash. And this is the reason why at the moment, because we're going through inflation, as soon as we're in inflation, gold has outperformed it. It's a hard chart to read, this one. Let me do the next one. Yeah, this is for J East, especially for J East. So historically in gold, if you only go back to 2000 and if you go back to 2019, gold was 40,000 baht for a pure gold ounce. It's now nearly 70. Yeah, so your money's safe. Your money's always going to be safe in gold because it's never going to go to zero. Companies can, gold can't. It's the reason why I've invested in it since 1978. It hasn't done me no harm. I retired when I was 60. I never ask anyone for any money, and I don't do no e-begging. So I highly recommend it for myself. But I've done it for a long time. And this is the gold compared to the Thai baht. You can see how it's just gone up over the years. It just goes up and up and up. And you can see when it was very low down here on this chart on the right-hand side, you can see that's when all the rich people were accumulating it. People, well, probably at the time, people like me, because the price was so low, so I was just buying it. When it's low, I buy it. When it's up here, I don't buy it. I haven't bought it at any of these prices along here. I haven't bought any gold. I think I've only bought a few ounces very early on in the year, like January. But since then, I sold. I haven't bought. And when I do sell, I sell in blocks. Anyway, and this is the UK pound. So you can see that the gold has outperformed the UK pound. Unbelievable. It's gone like from 700 to 1630 in a matter of, that's a matter of 6 years. That's not bad. Oh, inflation in the UK. I'm going to use the UK as an example because they're in really, really a bad way at the moment. You've got like inflation, food inflation running at like just under 20%, and they can't control it. And you've got this guy on the right-hand side, Richie, who is the richest prime minister we'll ever have and ever will be. He's one of the richest men in the UK, and it comes out with a statement of "we're all in it together." The guy's a total twit, absolute twit. Rishi has forced the acknowledgement that control of the inflation lies with the Bank of England. Well, of course it does, because the Bank of England is independent and it decides its borrowing rates, and they're too cheap at the moment. Anyway, when he done his profile, looked at his profile, he said his net worth, he lost 200 million nearly in the last year, which is absolutely bullshit. He's just trying to downplay his wealth. That's what he's doing. And if you're that rich, you could do this. He took over as MP, and if he'd have done this the way he'd done it in any other country, it would have been called a coup. I can't stand the man. I think he's awful. Anyway, going on to Bitcoin. This is good news. Well, we've got good news and bad news. The bad news is this Monday. So from Monday, the SEC has approved a leveraged BTC future ETF. This is no good, guys. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money on this ETF. So just be very, very careful of it. You only gain money if the money's going up. But once it comes down, you lose money very, very quickly. And I've seen people, 92% of traders who trade futures with leverages lose money. And I think it's 98% lose money. So just be very, very careful there. BlackRock have applied for an ETF, which is fantastic because it's supposed to be the full value. But I guarantee, even though it's BlackRock, I reckon that's going to get turned down because that'd be a good safe run to safe haven like gold. Especially like when you see like there's a coup going on in Russia at the moment or whatever. So, yeah, 98% of people lose money. That's it, Joe. So, but this ETF where it's like the full value of the Bitcoin, like for like. If that comes out, I will have some of that. I'm not saying I'll have a great deal of it, but I might have one or something, because for me that's quite a good safe haven to put, like, say. How much is Bitcoin going for at the moment? 30 grand. So it's quite a good place just to put 30,000 in and let the world fuck up, then just take the profit at the end of it. Oh, sorry about that. I've got quite a few financial charts. A lot of this is to do with people emailing me in the week. Oh, Tom, can you do this? Can you do that? Which is not a problem. I don't mind doing it. But unfortunately, it just makes this part of the show a little bit longer. USD versus Thai baht. Well, this is just a great time to change over. We're also above the moving average there, even though it looks like it's coming down to meet on the MACD down the bottom here. We're just about above it. We're hanging on above the moving average. And we're at 35. Well, I'll tell you what, at that money, you've got to change money now at that. I'd be changing money today. But saying that, with what's going on in Russia, I can see the dollar rebounding tomorrow because whenever there's a war, people always run to the dollar because the dollar is king. USD, the Australian dollar. Australian dollar has dropped off a little bit, but it is making a rebound, but we're still below the moving average. But 23.5, to be honest with you, if I was changing money, if I was coming to from Australia to Thailand very shortly, I would probably change this money today through Wise. I don't normally do it on a Sunday, but the reason why I do it on a Sunday is because they're going to guarantee that rate. And this chart on Monday could easily bounce back down again, even though we've got a positive crossover on the MACD at the bottom where the blue line is going up. So it's up to you. I'm not saying you do it, but myself personally, I would take the money. I would take that money today because I'd be happy with the exchange rate. And this is the Swiss franc. This is for Andrea. He said, come on, Tom. You let me down. You're not doing the Swiss franc. Well, the Swiss franc is a bit like the US dollar. So you got like the US dollar, which is like the strongest, followed by the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc is the second strongest currency in the world. And it's gone up to 39 there. And down here, MACD crossover, it's going to be stronger. So you might even get up to 40 on this with a bit of luck, Andrea. So that's quite good. GB pounds, anyone coming here from England? 44.5. Anything above 44.5, take it. So I think if you was on Wise at the moment, you'd probably get about 44.6 or 40. Or you might even get 44.7. But again, it's above the moving average. This could be going up a little bit this week as well. A bit of luck, you might even make 45. So for all the guys in thing, you'd be looking good. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it's bloody 38, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah, it'd be great. Crude oil, well, that's bounced down. It's come down, but it's above the moving average. The Saudis, as you know, from 9/11, as I think 14 of the 16 terrorists were Saudi nationals, so they all knew about it. Yeah, I think this is going to bounce higher. It all depends what happens with Russia today. So a lot of this depends on Russia, to be honest with you, because although the charts are going up like this, I thought crude oil might bounce back down. But again, because there's war, I can see this bouncing back up tomorrow morning when Asia opens. So I will be up early tomorrow morning, look at the Asia market, because I'll be open to buy. Depending on what the news is, I might buy some gold tomorrow, and I might even buy platinum, palladium tomorrow. It could be in a good position tomorrow. Natural gas, I had a little nibble the other day, so I'm back in again on Friday. I went in at 255, and it's just for me, this is just a long-term investment. It's because I've got so much money sitting there in cash. I've just put a nibble, which is about 25% of what I actually want to put in. But I've just put it in there because when I saw this on Friday and saw it was a buy and the MACD's changed over, you know, I've already made good money on Friday. I could have cashed out of it on Friday, but I've actually left it in. Gold. Well, I was hoping gold come down to 1920, but with this Russia thing, I think this could easily reverse and bounce back up again. So just be careful. It's definitely not just the time to sit back and have a look, because what's going on in the with Russia, you know, and this will affect the gold chance big time, you know. But if the USD, if the Dixie goes up, normally gold goes down. Silver, I was hoping this went down next week as well. You know, helps Kevin buys dollars each month. But I was really hoping this would come down to 21. It's just over 22, but they had a massive fall during the week. And myself personally, I'm going to see silver cheaper. Platinum, I'm hoping for 900 because there's massive power cut shortages in South Africa. South Africa is one of the biggest places in the world for mining platinum. And this is telling me, will the MACD changed over? So the blue lines come below. We're below the moving average. So hopefully this will come down to 900. Again, all depends on Putin. It feels like Putin's affected our life as much as Wuhan. Oh, palladium. Same thing. Palladium come down to below 1300. I did say if it went below 1300, I would buy, and I will buy this because we've got a crossover here, but I just need it to go above this moving average. If it goes above the moving average, I will be in on palladium. But anything below 1300 as a long-term investment in an ETF, that is a good investment. That is cheap money. Last year, this was trading at $3,200, and they've driven the market down because Russia's one of the biggest producers of palladium, and they don't want Russia having dollars. So they've literally forced this market down. BTC, well, this jumped down and jumped up on the news of the ETF. So this jumped up during the week, bubbled on along nicely, jumped up again. With the war in Russia, this could easily fly upwards. Even though I said the maximum price would be 31,000 a few weeks ago, I said it'd be 31,000 for this year's high. I can see this going higher because of if there is more escalation or a coup in Russia, this would force this BTC higher because people run to safe assets. The Dixie made a rebound last week, and I reckon this will bounce off the moving average as well. So hopefully the Dixie will go up to 103, 104. I like the dollar being strong because my money's in USD. I'm not being selfish, but I like my money being. Obviously, you want your money to be strong wherever it is. Nasdaq. So this is it, Nasdaq. So I think this topped like 18 months ago, and we've been on downward trends, and now we've made a little bit of an upward trend. But I would be out of this market, even though it could go higher. With the news we've had this week with Russia, this could easily bounce back down. And don't forget, guys, you've got Friday, where it's profit-taking day by the hedge funds, and a lot of money, like pension funds and people like that, all the investors, the big institutes, they take their profit between Wednesday and Friday. So that market will come down later on in the week. And we are here on my favorite chart. So I reckon we're going to lose 40% of our market. And this is my chart here. And I'm moving the arrow along. So we've already had the curve steepens. We've already had the credit tightens. Everyone knows you can't get mortgages. We've also had the Fed halt, which is here. And as soon as we get the first Fed cut, I believe we are in a downward trend. And this is the way it's worked since 1871. The charts don't lie. Right, the S&P 500 has performed well during Wuhan, during the shit monetary policy of all governments. But this is going to end ugly. As you can see, we've got a high here, and we started going downward below the moving average. You can see when we had all the Wuhan money, we was above the moving average, moving up, and then we got over the Wuhan, and it started coming down, and now we're up above it at the moment. But this is going to roll over. When it rolls over, I don't know. As I say, due to Russia, but it's good news for us who are in commodities. For all the people in commodities and cash, great news. And I believe here we're on topping stage. So all these people investing as they go up here like there, if this market goes down to here, all these people above this line where I'm going across with my mouse. So if you look at stage one, you look at that, all those people who've invested above that, if this goes down to here, a lot of those people are going to lose their pension funds and everything. PayPal, still worth looking at, still nicely going up. So when we first looked at PayPal, it was around like $60 or whatever it was. And now we're up to 67. So it's looking quite nice. But this is on a downward trend. It's below the moving average and it's moving downwards. It's just something to worth keeping your eye on, though, because it's its earnings ratio. So when you got Tesla, I think Tesla's about 65, and the earning ratio on this is 2. So it's excellent value for money, PayPal. Tesla, because I've done the chart show last week, because a couple of guys asked me about how I do my charts. I just thought I'd throw the charts in this week. Myself personally, I did say I'd get out of it last Friday. Well, if I'd have got out of it last Friday, like I said I would, I'd have been in a very, very nice position of profit, because this chart's telling me Tesla's going lower. So if anyone, this Tesla looks like to me it's going to go lower over the next few weeks or months. And Exodus Pyramid, being gold, paper money, treasury bills, government bonds, silver, platinum, palladium, natural gas, have your commodities down here. Yeah, they're good. And again, not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. And my ugly mug back on there. Yeah, so it was honestly, I'd done the chart show yesterday, then all of a sudden Russia decides to have a coup. I can't believe it. Anyway, let's see what happens today on that. Anyway, thanks all you guys popping in to see me. So we've got Al and Dave, the Italian man, Joe. Good old Joe, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, Joe. And Joe's got a great meditation channel as well. So if you ever want to put your channel up, Joe, put it up, because he's got a great meditation channel. So all those people who suffer with stress, Joe's got far more subs than what I've got. His channel flies. What am I up to this week? This week I'm trying to think this week. Monday, I'm going to a restaurant, but I don't know where yet. On Tuesday, I'm going to Freshella. On Wednesday, I don't know what I'm doing. Salad. On Thursday, I don't know where I'm going yet. Friday, Peaky Blinders. Next Saturday and Sunday, I normally have Anna. So there you go. Back to this week. Anyway, it's been a great week. Weather's great. Peace and love to everybody. Have a great weekend and get yourself to Thailand because this is the place to be. Can't wait to see you, Joe, because I know you're coming. So I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe. Look out for the opening of the markets tomorrow morning. That's the tip of the day. Bye. Adios. Ciao. Hasta luego.